Hey, Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post Show. Coming up in today's show, the big interview is with Flynn and the Dead Poets. First up, they're the top stories in Limerick, and the Limerick Post Show took home silver at the Digital Media Awards in Dublin last Friday night. Next up, permission has been granted for the Opera Centre, so work will be beginning shortly. Next up to our Out and About section, we head along to an outreach programme that took place in the Hunt Museum, and Linda told us all about it. We're here in the Hunt Museum. I'm joined by Linda. Can you tell us all about the outreach programme that's going on today?
Certainly. Hi, Meghann. We're here at the Hunt Museum today with our Communities of Culture Phase 4 project, and we have a group of students from Thomond Community College and a couple of students then from other schools like Laurel Hill and Boris O'Kane Community College who have volunteered to be part of this multimedia training programme and work with our volunteers from our different community groups. Hopefully the objective will be that we go out into the community and we talk to people on their stories of heritage and culture, and that we are able to share those histories and stories with people within the education system and beyond.
Now, I have seen some stuff around the tables. Can you tell me what they're learning about today here?
So today we have used our two loan boxes that were created back in 2015-16. Within those boxes are activities that were created by community groups from the south side and north side of Limerick City. You have things like Vikings of Limerick. That's an activity that was created by a youth group in Ballinacurra Weston. We have pastimes and histories from the Southside Women's Group and South Hill Men's Shed, and that talks about all of the things that we would have used when we were growing up and things we would have done. It's very interesting. We'll see things that have evolved and we're probably still using today. Beside us here we have the story of the Abbey Fishermen and Traditional Boats, created by the Men's Shed in Nicholas Street, Northside St Mary's Parish Men's Shed. And again, that tells the story of the Abbey Fishermen, which is a huge part of Limerick City's heritage and culture, and showcases the skills that are developed within these men's sheds from the people who work within.
And I know there's a project at the end where all the students are going to pair up and they're going to interview someone using all, I suppose, the tips and tricks they've picked up from all the multimedia.
They certainly will. So they've been training with Ray Burke in Wired FM, and we've had a couple of sessions with them here ourselves, and then we've had the likes of Meghann Scully and Cian, who has come to share their experience and expertise with us. So ultimately what we want to enable our group to do is to be able to interview our volunteers, our community volunteers, who will share their stories on heritage and culture, and we will create a digital clip that we can use to share those stories in.
And you said to us that we're going to come back to watch it. So when is it all happening? When are we going to see the final product?
The final product we are targeting for the very end of April, probably the last Friday in April or the first Friday in May, depending on people's schedules, etc. And at that point, we would like to showcase all the work that we have done since November 2019 and showcase the digital clip, which will then be we can thank everybody who has participated in it, thank the students for all the hard work they've done and the networking. And it's a great experience for them to be able to show this on their CV going forward. It's a great experience that they have had an opportunity to work in the community during their transition year also.
It's absolutely incredible. Linda, thank you so much for chatting to the Limerick Post Show, and we look forward to seeing the interviews.
Thank you very much, Meghann.
I'm now joined by John Talbot in the studio, and we're going to talk about LETSS Rock Dolans. What exactly is it?
Well, Meghann, it's a fundraiser. It's in aid of Limerick Educator Secondary School. It's basically a fundraiser for the arts and music programme in the school. We have 9 amazing acts playing on the night. We have the O'Malley's, who don't need an introduction.
Yeah, I know. I've been to the O'Malley's actually a few times.
We have Head Fuzzy, who are a prog rock band, amazing musicians. We have In the Black. They're a mixture of funk, soul, folk, rock. They do everything really. Yvonne McCarthy. She has Mike Walsh playing drums. She has Liam Hunt on sax and Pat Lyons on bass. You have Kevin Copeland. He's a guitar player. He's Scottish. He's actually living in Clare. And we have Fergal Nash, a singer-songwriter. I believe he was in last week.
He was in this year.
And we have the future sub-bright Got to Wear Shades, which is JJ Hegarty.
God, you have a great lineup, haven't you?
Yeah,
a lot of names secured.
It's stunning. Took a lot of work to get it together, but it should be all worth it in the end.
And tell us, when's it happening?
It's happening this Friday night. Doors at 8 o'clock. A door prize of 2 tickets for Hermitage Green and Docklands. which is proudly sponsored by Dolans, who I'd like to thank as well for sponsoring the whole event. As I said, there's 2 tickets for them and Docklands. We have more amazing prizes. I have to thank, I'd be here all day trying to thank people.
I know I saw De La Rento's on the list as well.
De La Rento's, yeah.
Great band.
Dan Oakley. I've had the pleasure of seeing De La Rento's a few times, and they're an amazing band.
They are, and they're sound lads as well.
Yeah, I've signed CDs and albums vinyl from them. T-shirts from Brass Phantoms.
Brilliant.
Prize pack from Horse Clips, which consists of vinyl, mugs, coasters, a signed book.
Wow. Everyone's been really generous, haven't they?
There have been a Cry Before Dawn, 2 live CDs in the Wexford Opera House. There's a load of stuff from bands. And I actually had to turn away bands that wanted to do this, which
wow. Good complaint.
is a great complaint. It's a great complaint. I'd also like to thank the Clarion Hotel, Castletroy Park, Kilmurray Lodge, Steamboat Music, and I'm going to forget people now, and I'm sorry if I do. We have an amazing area of prizes. I think there's about 25 or 30 raffle prizes as it is.
And roughly how many students now are in Educate Together?
There's 102 at the moment, I think.
Wow, good numbers, yeah.
Yeah, it's only in the second year, so it's in Solutions at the moment at Fernbank, but it's going to Castletroy next year, hopefully from September next year.
Oh, brilliant.
So and there'll be thousands of pupils in when it's finished.
Because I know the national schools obviously were first to come to Ireland, and the secondary schools kind of came afterwards.
Secondary schools came after, yeah. It's a different ethos to your normal school. Basically, it's about the student more so than the education. Now, the education is obviously very important, but the student comes first, which I feel is, from my daughter anyway, is very, very important.
And as well, I suppose you're saying there, because the LETSS Rock Dolans is to get money for music for the
music
school.
and arts program, yeah, for the school.
Brilliant, that must be great. And how do the students there, how they like, are they big into music? And
there's a lot of them. There's 2 little drummers there, and they're amazing drummers.
Brilliant.
You have Finn Lagston and Luke Phelan, they're 2 amazing little drummers. Gasman.
So they'll all be hopefully in years to come to grace the stage themselves with Dolans.
Hopefully, yeah. We have a Princess's Daughter as well, sorry, I meant to mention them a while ago. They describe themselves as punk with a flute. They're actually amazing musicians as well. And they're actually coming into the school in the new year or the next term, hopefully doing something with the students, with every one of the students in the school.
That's
something
super.
to do with music, yeah. So
watch this space. You'll have to let us know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll let you know what's going on, Meghann.
And most importantly, where can we get tickets for Friday night?
You can get it from the school, or you can get them online from Dolans.
Brilliant.
And there'll be a limited number on the door as well.
Some on the door as well, which is good. Yeah, that's good to know.
It's only a tenner, so.
She's €10. That's great now, considering all the lineup that you have and all the raffle prizes.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Well, John Talbot, all we can say is the very best of luck on Friday night. We hope you get great numbers and hope you have a great night out. And I'm sure loads of parents as well are looking forward to a good Friday night out.
Hopefully so, Meghann. Thank you very much.
Thanks for chatting to us.
Thanks. You're welcome. Thanks.
We're here in the record room in the commercial Limerick, and I'm joined by Dylan Flynn and the Dead Poets. But look, I want to do name by name, so we're going to start obviously with you. So you're going to say your name and what you do in the band.
Okay, so I'm Dylan Flynn. I'm the lead singer and guitar player.
My name's Keegan Ford. I play bit of lead guitar and rhythm guitar and harmonies.
My name's Chris Britton. I play saxophone and keys. My name is George Broadbank and I play bass.
My name's Gavin Murray and I play drums.
And there you have it. I was reading up a little bit about it, but for those who don't know, tell us how you all came together.
So, like when we, I was in an other band, a Limerick band called Monday Villains first, and that kind of broke up, and started going to college and didn't play any music for like a year, and then when I came into the music tech course, I met all these guys and started off with just Keegan and Gavin at the start, and we were a 3-piece, and kind of went from there, released a couple of songs under just my own name, Dylan Flynn, and then met George, brought George in on bass then, so it was a 4-piece, and then last summer we brought Chris in on keys and saxophone, and at that stage there was 5 people in the band, and we were still going under my own name, and it felt like more of a band at that time rather than a solo project, which we wanted to start off as. So we decided we kind of wanted a name to like make it a band, so we decided to go with Dylan Flynn and the Dead Poets, and that's we're all in LIT and music technology, and kind of that's been kind of the combining force for all of us, like just where we all met and we all have similar interests, and I think we've all bounced off each other we all have different backgrounds in music and stuff like that, and I think that shows in the songs and stuff like that. So
Explain Dead Poets to me.
So my middle name is Thomas, and I went under Dylan Thomas for a small bit. So when we were transitioning over, I was like, what's something that kind of relates to the band but isn't like that obvious? So we said Dylan Flynn, the Dead Poets, because Dylan Thomas. I'm named after the dead poet, Welsh poet Dylan Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's where it came from.
And Come here now, lads. Tell me about like being in LIT and then kind of also like music and performing. Like, is it just go hand in hand, or how do you work it? I'm guessing right now you're meant to be in lectures.
They're on strike, so we're all good today.
They're on strike?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All down the picket line.
Aren't you not out striking with them?
No. Too busy here, like.
Oh, so tell us about your music, because I know you're an indie group, but so tell us about like songwriting and everything, how that all comes about.
Yeah, like most of the time I kind of write the song on acoustic guitar and then I'll bring it to the lads. I might bring it to Keegan first because Keegan will work out harmonies and stuff like that and work out a bit more of the songwriting, some guitar parts. Then once we've that done, we'll bring it to the rest of the lads. And Gavin actually records and mixes all our stuff. So like if we have a demo and stuff, we'll bring it to Gavin first, work on the demo, and then start layering parts over it. And like we have a lot of songs that we haven't recorded, but I feel once we record a song, it kind of solidifies all the parts and kind of comes across in the live show. Like the last 4 tracks that we released on the EP, we've been playing them live for the last year and a bit, but there's all these new parts and all these extra things that, like, especially with Chris coming into the band, because he's adding 2 other elements with keys and the saxophone. You know, when we went into record, we were like, oh, we've all these other options than just 2 guitars, a bass and drums, which is what we were tied to before. So now that we have the option of having the computer there, we can have any sound we want. It really kind of opened up our sound to a load of new options, I suppose.
Do you have studio space in LIT you can use?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
A bad one. A bad studio.
Yeah, but like, you know, we make the best of what we have. Like recently, they got a load of money to buy new equipment and stuff like that. So we've been making good use of that.
It's good for demos, like.
It is. It's really good for demos, and like we record, mix, and produce most of all the stuff we do ourselves. So the fact that we have that space and we know how to use it, it means that we can work on tracks all the time. Like so.
So then, are you kind of like? Do you have to like almost pre-book it and stuff?
Yeah.
Is there a bit of a fight there, trying to get in time, or how is it?
A small bit. Like we're pretty close with the lecturers now that they're nearly our friends, and even if we have class time that we'd be in the studios, they'll allow us work on our own stuff in class because it's still beneficial for the rest of the class to work on a real life situation with a band and stuff like that. So, and you know, there's always time you can work around it. Like they're open till 7 in the evening, so we're not restricted to just college time and stuff. So, yeah, which is great. So.
How do you find the Limerick music scene?
Good. Like we're only talking there. Like it's thriving at the moment. Like there's so many collectives. Like we're part of the Bit Depth collective. Like that we set up. We run gigs here once a month, and like you've got DIY LK and you've got Prescription Music and you've got like the Limerick Noise Collective and Unseen and stuff like that. So there's loads of collectives doing loads of stuff at the moment, and there's so many different genres as well. And I think like I was in music tech or music generation when I was younger, and a lot of the acts now coming up. Like you got like Laura Duff and you got Citrus Fresh in the rapping scene. And you've got Pow Pig and stuff like that. Like they're all artists that came out of music generation, and like that was 6 or 7 years ago when I was taking part in that. But to now see that next crop of artists coming up now and making waves in the Irish music industry, never mind just the Limerick one. You know, it's great to see that Limerick is actually making a dent in the market. So.
Well, actually, Limerick Rebrand did a great thing with music generation, and they had Denise Shyla,
yeah.
They had Michelle Grimes, and God knows, and it was a mixture of so many different genres. But
yeah.
Everyone was on their feet dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
to see.
It is, and like Denise, you said it yourself. Like she's getting loads of press at the moment. You know, with her last releases and stuff like that. Like you know, the Guardian's talking about her and all the music blogs. Like there's a bit of buzz around her at the moment, which is great for Limerick, and especially the hip hop scene. You know, like there's always stuff going on, and Hazy Haze as well. Like his last album, you know, really seemed to kind of blow up. So yeah, no, the scene is really good at the moment.
So what's next for you guys?
Well, we've got a couple of more music videos at the moment. So like we've released 2, and we're going to do a music video for each track. So we've that coming out next month, and then we'll finish the last one, and that'll be coming out the month after, and then kind of back into the writing mode and kind of go under the radar for a while. We've got something big planned in April that we can't announce just yet, but yeah, no, we have some stuff coming up.
What are the plans over the summer? Like, will it be a case of just kind of music, or like
we've
college, so?
we've applied for a few festivals, so we're waiting to hear back on that. So hopefully we'll have a bit of a festival run, and then we'll be working on tunes all the time as well, because that was when we worked on most of the last EP. Was during the summer, me and Gavin meeting up over the summer and stuff like that, because we do have that spare time, you know, and like college does kind of get in the way sometimes, especially when you got a lot of projects coming up at once. It is hard to find the time to work on music, but I think the summer now will really allow us to work on some new material and get a new live set together. So
deadly. Well, tell us about social media handles. Where can we find you?
So on Instagram it's Dylan Flynn Dead Poets. On Twitter it's Dylan Flynn Dead Poets, and Dylan Flynn the Dead Poets on Facebook as well. So, and if you want to see our Spotify, our EP, and our last 2 singles from last year, they're all up there. So
any upcoming gigs we can?
No, nothing. I can't announce anything yet, but in April, just keep an eye out for what's coming in April. Yeah, exactly.
And tell us about the track you're going to perform first.
The track we're going to perform is a song called Wait. It's the song we just released the music video for a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, it's It's a song that I wrote about 2 years ago, kind of about trying to hold on to something that you have no real control over. And the music video that we made, I think, really emphasizes that point, and kind of acts as an extra story to add. Sometimes I like when the music video is an extension of the story rather than just a separate entity, and I think we achieved that with our most recent video. So.
Well, everyone loves video content these days.
Exactly.
Video content. Dylan Flynn and Dead Poets, thank you so much for chatting to us.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cool.
Wait, don't make another mistake. We are losing track of time. Take me away. Is it too late? Have you taken a break? Your coffee's cold 'cause your thoughts got in the way. Wait, I'm not leaving, it's okay. Don't wait for nothing, you might need to stay awake. Wait, I'm not losing anything. Don't wait for someone just to take away the pain. Stay. Let's talk about today. There's no better way than to smoke to end the pain. Place all your worries on the page. Let your mind breathe out. Study the shame. Wait, I'm not leaving, it's okay. Don't wait for nothing, you might need to stay awake. Wait, I'm not losing anything. Don't wait for someone just to take away the pain. Need to let me know. Ooh, you need to let me know. You need to let me know. Ooh, you need to let me know. Wait, I'm not leaving, it's okay. Don't wait for nothing, you might need to stay awake. Wait, I'm not losing anything. Don't wait for someone just to take away the pain. You need to let me know. Ooh, you need to let me know. You need to let me know. Ooh, you need to let me know. Cool, thank you.
For these stories and so much more, head over to limerickpost.ie/show. I'm Meghann Scully. This is the Limerick Post Show, keeping Limerick posted.